met those Martins over 30 years ago. There was Beverly, he called her, Twinkie, and Dr. Martin, too. That's what you'd call him, or he'd look at you. He had a mean look, a proud walk, but he was kind of nice. Beverly calmed him down with her Beverly Spice. She played the piano, made beautiful music. God gave her this gift and she just had to use it. That's how we met. She played for my church, First Baptist, and our journey was set. Well, Doc was called to pastor, but there was no congregation. Not to worry, though. Lots of folks were waiting. I don't want to be the wife of no pastor. God looked at her and smiled and said, but I didn't ask her. In 77, somewhere thereabout, we went to the cabin, but we got smoked out. 'Twas a door with no windows by which to escape. Last one out is a char-grilled steak. A couple of services, and we were through. Along with Sister Bev, we were all a happy crew. Coughing and hacking, we left that shack with a quickness. We only look back when we reminisces. Next were the Bible studies from house to house. Doc prayed, please God, work everything out. Now there was only a few of us God-fearing people. We love them Martins, but we need a church with a steeple. So Doc with his wife, Twinkie, and Trenton in tow held church in their home on the second floor. You'd walk through the door and up a flight of stairs, and there in the living room was several rows of chairs. It was amazing, so church-like. Nothing about it was plain. Why, even the windows were glass-stained. The church was set up and taken down every week. The choir stood proudly up front and sang to Doc and their empty seats. Sister Bev was minister of music, choir director, but heavy with child, so we had to patiently wait. Deacon Hill said, church is right upstairs in the house. Why is she always late? Our first members in the house, 10 families strong. Most had kids, so we weren't really that small. There were many fine preachers they introduced us to. The late Bishop Nathaniel Duffy, Pastor Leon, Bishop Falls, to name a few. Oh, let us not forget Bishop's dad, the late Bishop Elihu. It was so convenient. Having church in the house was so nice. Why, we'd run to the fridge during service to crunch on some ice. Maybe that was the last straw, made 'em think twice. Always we'd fellowship there on holiday seasons. And other occasions, we just ate. We didn't need a reason. Wafting through our noses were smells from the kitchen. What time is it now? Will Doc ever stop preaching? The church was filled with love and fellowship. Nowhere else could you find a church like this. Then God moved Doc to a bigger space. He stopped one day in front of this business place. What? Twice? Are you sure you're being led? I can see Sister Bev now just shaking her head. There was a bar, Peach's Pub, in the back. Didn't have many drinkers. They didn't want to sell, so God set a fire in the breakers. We worked and worked hard. God blessed all our labor. We were ready to move in to the Ponderosa, we named her. Maranatha Faith Temple, a church on the move. We had so many children, we didn't know what to do. Deacon Hill said, "Doc, we need to reach 'em." "Go forth, Deacon Hill. I know you can teach 'em." We showed 'em much love and gave 'em the word. Then came their parents because of the good things they'd heard. About 78 or 79, Maranatha was doing fine. And soon the devil was cold tripping. The church floor started sinking, so the men got to ripping. God told Doc first, so he wouldn't be flipping. The choir we had wanted to purchase new robes. We picked out the perfect colors. Doc was displeased. Didn't matter if it matched the church. He just chose 2 others. It was after Sister Bev found out that she gave us the knowledge Doc's unwanted colors were from Wiley College. Well, Doc sang in the choir too, but his time was short. I don't think it was because he couldn't stay on his part. Sister Bev was truly smart, though. She encouraged him to do a solo. He stood out front, and loud and strong, he bellowed out, "I am so grateful." The name changed in 81, and if the truth be told, Doc said, "We can't have no MFC on our robes." It was at Maranatha, Hoover, we met another preacher who taught us so much. She prayed, we fell, but when she prayed for Doc, he said, "The flow I will not touch." She took us to another level we hadn't explored. She left, came back, laughed, and said, "Y'all think y'all really praising the Lord?" Maranatha grew. The neighbors were barking. Maranatha members were taking all their parking. We went to 2 services to alleviate conflict and pressures. It worked for a while, but we had to take other measures. In October 91, after much prayer and thought, this church on Wolf Road was what we sought. On Hoover, we'd done all that we could. We had to move on. But we made her look good. At Maranatha Wolf, again, we were running out of space. So we started a campaign to add on to the place. Construction had begun, but the wrong bricks were used. Doc was upset, and he said,
"Take it down."
As we went on with the construction, here we're at the groundbreaking of Maranatha. Our pastor stands proud. Dr. Bev's ecstatic. She's breaking the ground. I know you've had friends that laughed you to scorn, but they just didn't know what good things God had in store. Our pastors are innovators, never outdated. Others may try to imitate, but never, ever duplicate. They've started hype. Maranatha Sports Camp. Many famous athletes ministered about sports and the Lord. Hundreds of youngsters became reborn. We ministered to all ages, children. youth. And seniors. But it's okay. They still have room for all you in-betweeners. Look here, as we had our old-fashioned day. Aren't they clean? Took a long time for Doc to wear some jeans. Doc, you were challenged to go to Africa by Pastor Isaac Quay. He couldn't get you to go at first. Now you can't stay away. They're world travelers, and we say, hail to the chief. Loved in Africa as he ministers and fixes their teeth. They've gone to Africa, India, and Jamaica, man. They've even gone to London, England. Bishop and Dr. Bev have brought the very best to minister to us, like all y'all's family. And your illustrious mentors, Bishop and Mrs. Harvey Lewis. And your family too, Dr. Bev. Bishop, you and Dr. Bev lovingly watch over your flock, so we're with you. We support your vision. We'll go forth and possess the land. Let's get behind them and stand. I'm blessed to have been here through good and through bad, and yet another name change, Maranatha Worship Center. You two have impacted my whole life. I'm eternally grateful to you, my bishop, and your lovely wife. Dr. Bev, it's you, the reason I'm a member here now. A godly example, wife, leader, mom. After I got saved again, you and Sabrina showed me and Deacon Hill you can stay out all night without getting drunk or high. We were at your house, so we were going to do right. And Doc, you told me I was your sister. So when there's only family around, can I call you Truman?